night was the WNBA Draft. The young lady out of TCU has been reunited with Angel Reese.
But Hailey Van Lith, oh, you gave a bad answer. This is a person who has played the last 2 times she played Caitlyn Clark. I'm not joking when I say this. Caitlyn Clark put 40 on her team's head.
As you were about to lose interest in the drama, Hailey Van Lith reignited it.
Disaster. What an embarrassing disaster for both ESPN and the WNBA.
She made the violent decision on one of the most important evenings of her life, the WNBA Draft. And Caitlyn Clark was the one she specifically targeted.
Caitlyn is fantastic, and I think she's going to have an incredible career in the WNBA. There are women that were worthy of coverage prior to her arriving, and I just will not be silenced when it comes to that.
Yes, you heard correctly. The woman who outscored her by more than 40 points in consecutive games.
Going to be the next face of the NBA. We don't get to decide that. The marketplace decides that. The people have chosen Caitlyn Clark.
She was remarkable on top of the fact that she had to deal with so much hate when she got to the W.
The woman who brought attention to a whole league and revolutionized women's basketball.
Like, Caitlyn Clark doesn't happen entirely organically. There's a push. What Angel Reese did, she created what people truly need, which is a rivalry.
Angel Reese has done that and did that for Caitlyn Clark.
The one thing that I cannot deny is the amount of little girls that were showing up to follow her.
Why her?
Well, but she was a white girl from the middle of America.
Hailey Van Lith's attempt backfired severely. However, when the fever in the sky clashes on May 16th, it's about a simmering rivalry, ancient scars, and a storm that's going to blow up. This isn't just a trivial draft night game.
The WNBA is a pretend basketball league with one superstar and 143 other players who go unrecognized at family reunions.
And if you truly admire Caitlyn Clark, you should enter CC 100% in the comments section right now, since Hailey's actions were not only insulting but also personal, and you can be sure Caitlyn will respond.
Flowers to the legend. We're going to start Diana Taurasi. I'm going to bench Sabrina and cut Caitlyn.
Let's begin it all.
What is she doing wrong? What more do you want from Caitlyn Clark? Seriously, what more do you want from her? She's focusing on the game. She lifted her team up, got them to the playoffs, won Rookie of the Year, and then also is denouncing racial tensions when she's asked about it. I'm sorry, I don't see anything more that Caitlyn Clark should have done or could have done. Listen, if people want to portray and paint the narrative that there are racial tensions in the WNBA as a result of Caitlyn Clark, I would say that's their own problem. I think Caitlyn Clark is doing the right thing, rising above all of the crap that she's had to endure. The amount of fouls committed on Caitlyn Clark higher than any other player, flagrant fouls committed on Caitlyn Clark higher than any other player. Caitlyn Clark was worried about playing the game, and that is why she got Rookie of the Year. She was not worried about the BS.
Went down during what ought to have been a fun draft night game. Begin the bench cut rookies frequently get asked this question, but Hailey Van Lith did more than simply respond to it. She said something. When she had to choose between Caitlyn Clark and Diana Taurasi, Sabrina Ionescu, she decided to cut Caitlyn Clark.
So Caitlyn Clark is averaging against her over the since 2023, averaged 40 points per game.
Pause now. Let that sink in. You're a newbie, choosing to slash the face of women's basketball. The same Caitlyn Clark who broke scoring records, sold out venues, and attracted more attention to the WNBA than ever before, is your first public act after being drafted into the league.
Hailey Van Lith, smiling through the pain of returning to toxic hell. Oh, her face is like the F. Yeah, it's over. HVL is feeling sick. She cut the cancer out and it came right back. Gotta watch Hailey Van Lith stand at the three-point line wide open while that girl is chasing the new rebounds record.
Hailey did indeed choose violence. However, this wasn't just a name drop. History was written all over this. In college, Caitlyn Clark accomplished more than simply defeat Hailey. She made her teams look bad. During the previous 2 games against Hailey's teams, Clark let up more than 40 points every time. That goes beyond personal dominance.
Enjoy watching her play, her style, her energy, her shot. Whether it's because her game mirrors one of the greatest players in the NBA in Steph Curry or not, I don't know what it is. It's an intangible thing, right? Yes, we can say she's a dog. Okay, there's been other dogs. Okay, she's a great shooter. There's been other great shooters. She has it. She's got the thing.
And for Caitlyn Clark to have the awareness to drive the eyeballs there, you have to give her so much credit.
And Hailey is aware of it. Fans didn't take her decision lightly, and social media erupted in a frenzy as YouTube experts and commenters ripped her to pieces.
I'm sorry. You've done something that'll piss off the damn psycho. The Caitlyn Clark has made more all WNBA first teams than Sabrina. There's no stratosphere where Sabrina Ionescu is better than Caitlyn Clark.
Someone even claimed, "You cut the player who dropped 40 on your head twice, you must be joking." Others commented that the action was rude, petty, and nasty. Hailey could have done the same, especially since so many other rookies chose to play it safe and praise Caitlyn, give flowers to the legends, or not respond to the question at all, but instead she made sure to make her point very clear. Caitlyn Clark, I'm breaking up with her.
And that's what a lot of these women are doing, is they feel like what we have done for this game, this young player has come into our game, and she's getting way more respect and all that stuff than we are. As she should. The young girl is a baller. The young girl has people watching because of the way she can shoot this basketball like Steph Curry. Steph Curry can't dunk. Steph Curry don't do none of that in the game. He can probably dunk by himself, but he don't really do none of that in the game. He is a shooter, and fans tune in to see Steph Curry. When I look at Caitlyn Clark, fans are tuning in to watch her, and you know who that's helping? Everybody else. It's helping the Asia Wilsons. It's helping everybody else, the Plums, all that.
And you know what? That one brief instant might have completely altered everything because Hailey neglected to remember that you shouldn't poke the beast until you're prepared for the smoke. Additionally, Caitlyn Clark remembers that she doesn't require bulletin board material, but she already has it. And guess what? The Chicago Sky Hailey squad plays the Indiana Fever to start the season.
Angel Reese is the most unskilled basketball player in the history of basketball, in my opinion. She has no skills. She knows that she's not a very good basketball player. That's why she spends so much time half naked and taking pictures and promoting things that have nothing to do with basketball.
Yes, the team of Caitlyn Clark, May 16th now that the date has been determined. Clark has a personal incentive to light up the scoreboard. This was more than simply a game. It was about Hailey Van Lith entering the league and immediately attempting to minimize its most powerful player. And she's going to learn the hard way if she believed Caitlyn would overlook it.
Her stats. Let me roll down here to the teams. Louisiana State, 11.6 points a game. She leaves and goes straight to TCU, averages almost 18. The year before at Louisville, almost 20 a game. What does that tell you about her hell that she's got coming? She got away once. She can't escape.
Hailey Van Lith's reconnection with Angel Reese in Chicago might be the catalyst if her choice to break off a relationship with Caitlyn Clark was the spark. For those who truly watch the game, this is about more than simply teammates getting back together. It's about unresolved tension, unresolved history, and a dynamic that might explode in the Sky locker room prior to the start of the season.
Caitlyn Clark is the biggest draw in women's basketball, and without her, many fans just aren't going to tune in.
America sent them a clear reminder. We are not interested in watching pretend basketball.
We should go back in time. At LSU, Hailey and Angel played together. Additionally, that combination sounded like a dream on paper. Two well-known, competitive athletes teaming up, however, the actual situation was far from ideal. Hailey's performance at LSU plummeted. After previously scoring about 20 points per game at Louisville, she averaged just 11.6 points per game, which was her lowest collegiate total. Her confidence waned, her output declined, and soon after the season concluded, she made the decision to leave LSU and move away from Angel. That isn't a coincidence. That is a claim. When Hailey left LSU to transfer to TCU, her game started to really take off. She started averaging close to 18 points a game, finding her rhythm and independence.
People thought there was great momentum. People thought Angel Reese could draw. No, nobody wants to watch Angel Reese. Come on.
We know that the WNBA numbers with her and versus the numbers in the WNBA without her also have a major gap. And this really makes us realize the power of Caitlyn Clark, the appeal of Caitlyn Clark.
It was clear that something wasn't working at LSU, and many people think that Angel Reese's chemistry, or lack thereof, was the main cause.
Angel Reese is the most unskilled basketball player in the history of basketball, in my opinion. She has no skills. She knows that she's not a very good basketball player. That's why she spends so much time half naked and taking pictures and promoting things that have nothing to do with basketball.
Fast forward to the WNBA Draft in 2025. Only a year after picking Angel Reese, the Chicago Sky surprises everyone by selecting Hailey Van Lith at number 11 overall. And the tension was soon picked up by the internet.
Good energy with Courtney Vandersloot. You can learn from her. You're paired back with Angel Reese. There's some good energy you can walk into in Chicago, right? Oh, I love that energy. We're ready. Thank you so much.
Commentators began expressing the thoughts of fans. She made one escape, but now she's being pulled back in.
So mostly I'm just excited to get to be around her again. I think we have a lot of similarities about how we carry ourselves and our mindset on, what's important to us. And, she's a dog, man. She turns up the intensity of everybody around her. So I'm excited to be in that environment with her again, where she can pull more out of me than I think I have.
Social media was flooded with memes that were based on Hailey's initial interview facial expressions. Although she smiled, many people thought it was forced. The atmosphere didn't fit the occasion. This was not a party. It appeared as though someone was being returned to the very circumstance she had fled.
So yes, the WNBA was growing before Caitlyn Clark. Make that abundantly clear. But it was growing incrementally compared to the exponential growth you're seeing now.
I remember when the WNBA started. I was thrilled. I was a fan. I couldn't believe it was an opportunity for me, a 5'2", 97-pound girl, to go play professional basketball. That wasn't going to happen for me, but the idea that it existed was special to me. And now she's offering that to not just little girls, but little boys as well. She's spread the fan base. So,
can you request a trade before the season starts? Was even a joke made by one analyst. The jokes continued after that. It was dubbed Toxic Hell by fans' career sabotage, and the sequel were unasked for. But Hailey tried to appear nice in public, saying she was happy to see Angel again, and that they respected each other, and that Angel brought out the best in her. However, the coaching fans weren't buying it behind the smiles, and the media, recalling the conflict at LSU. They are concerned if history will repeat itself after recalling how Hailey's game shrank in Angel's shadow.
It's a good thing that maybe she's taking this all-star break off. She's not doing this profession for any of the glitz and glam, any of the extra things. She is here in the WNBA with the Indiana Fever to win championships, to improve her game. And the fact that she was able to decline this, it shows a lot about where her focus lies. Now, Caitlyn Clark also just celebrated a birthday a couple days ago. And for her birthday, she was in the gym and she went 50 for 54 from 3 on her birthday.
But this is the more serious problem. In addition to bringing back 2 players with complicated pasts, the Chicago Sky teamed Hailey, a talented shooter and facilitator, with a frontcourt-heavy lineup that has Cami Cardoso and Angel Reese.
Most points by a point guard in a season in WNBA history. Most double-doubles by a rookie guard in WNBA history. Most points by a rookie in WNBA history. Most assists by a rookie in the history of the WNBA. First WNBA rookie to record 2 triple-doubles. First triple-double by a rookie in WNBA history. First triple-double in Fever history. The first player to be named WNBA Player of the Month and Rookie of the Month in the same month. First player in WNBA history with 20 or more points, 15 or more assists, and 5 or more rebounds in a game. She won Rookie of the Month 4 times, Eastern Conference Player of the Week 3 times, single season rookie record for assists, single season rookie record for 3-pointers, single game record for assists 19, franchise record for most double-doubles, 3-pointers, career 10 or more assists in a game, franchise record for most career 10 or more assists in a game. Fastest WNBA player to reach 100 3-pointers. She did it in 34 games, most assists by a rookie in a WNBA All-Star game, for which she received the most fan votes ever, 700,000 of those. Fastest player to reach 350 points and 150 assists to start a season regardless of years in the league. People will say, pay more attention to the other folks. Like, she couldn't do it herself. You know, LeBron has teammates, Jordan had teammates. I understand.
There are 2 powerful bigs that work in the paint, which begs the important question. Where does Hailey fit in? Will she receive the attention she requires? Will she be free to act, or will she once more be compelled to play a part that undercuts her strengths? Most importantly, will she be able to live with Angel Reese on a stage where there is more pressure, more attention, and more egos involved? Angel Reese wasted no time in asserting that the reunion was hers. Angel tweeted, immediately following Hailey's draft selection, "Let's run it back." And then a string of K's some admirers now view it as lighthearted. Critics in particular perceived it as yet another instance of Angel attempting to control the story in an attempt to take back control of Hailey. That tweet didn't seem like a friendly greeting, more like a power move. It seemed to convey the message, "You're back in my world now." The actual kicker is right here. Caitlyn Clark is out there quietly taking notes as all of this craziness is happening, grinding with focus and readiness. Because Caitlyn observes a group mired in ego conflicts and drama.
Angel Reese is never going to improve her basketball skills. Check this out.
I see you miss layups just like they do and everything, but forget them. You know, I mean, I miss layups too. So, I mean,
everybody miss layups, but they can't get mad if I get the rebound, box me out.
Yeah. Don't be mad because your fade didn't box her out. That's what I say. Period.
I see your miss layups like they do, but forget them. What the fuck do you mean forget them? This is why Angel Reese's game is never going to get better, y'all. Her mom telling her this and her fans are the same exact way. Zero accountability, bro. Imagine this, y'all. You playing basketball in front of the whole world. People have been constantly criticizing your game and you messing up on the court. There's all this film and everything about what you need to do better and what you're messing up on. And your mom is just sitting here telling you, well, forget them. Just forget them, bro. Like, that's terrible advice. Like we see why Angel Reese is the way that she is. Man, look at how her mom is just talking to her, telling her just forget them, bro. But then y'all are so mad that the world doesn't like her and talk so much shit about her, bro.
Right.
And then she's like, oh, everybody misses layups. I'm so tired of this everybody misses layups thing. Yes. A whole bunch of basketball players miss layups, but people are not missing layups like Angel Reese, bro.
Fact.
Statistically the worst finisher in the league. So that means you're last and at the bottom. So that means you're the worst and nobody is missing like you are. God, this is not rocket science. Angel Reese GPA holders, bro. This is not rocket science, man. This is amazing. Y'all just cannot keep it real with this girl, bro. That's why she looks like an unrivaled. That clip that just came out with her getting blocked by Breanna Stewart like 3 times or something, and then she finally made the shot, bro. That's why her game looks like it is not even improved at all, man. And then the whole, you gotta box me out to get the, bro, you should be making the shot, bro. Instead of sitting up here talking about, oh, people aren't boxing you out and all of this bullshit. Like, if you make the shot, bro, we wouldn't be even sitting up here talking about these whole rebounds and over and that bullshit, man. But it's crazy, bro. It's crazy I came across that clip. I just saw somebody post it today, and I'm like, damn, bro. No wonder this girl does not take accountability.
She sees potential rather than merely disorder. The headlines went viral after Hailey Van Lith singled out Caitlyn Clark on draft night.
It almost felt like marketers were trying to figure out, like, yeah, we have all of these amazing players and these amazing personalities, but can we push the demographic? And then when Caitlyn Clark got to the league, the Angel Reese's got to the league, and they might have been fouled hard. The same thing I saw happen with Shamika Holtzclaw, though.
You see my tooth knocked out?
Yeah,
Rookie season, Jewel Lloyd. My tooth knocked out. I still didn't get it.
So how do you?
It's cool.
T-Clark, how do you feel about the fact that all of a sudden it was, oh, it's too physical. Oh, they're going at them because they're stars. What was your reaction to some of the new viewers and fans to the game thinking that the WNBA was too rough?
It was a crazy season because we have never had so much momentum behind our league, so much support, demand, viewership, all that, accessibility. But the craziness that came with the new fandom was rooted in something other than fandom, right? And I think that's very evident to see across the board. In a lot of ways, it has not been about basketball. Like, we can talk about, you know, people getting fouled. I just showed you my tooth getting knocked out. Like, that's been a part of the game. The game has always been physical. I can tell you the amount of times I've left with bloody lips and eyes. I have bruises all over my body, even from the game last night. You can see bruises on my elbow from last night. Like, It's just a part of the game. So there was no targeting, there was no nothing.
Right.
That narrative that got spun into, oh, the vets hate the rookies hate the vets are going after certain players. It's all bullshit. Like, if I'm just gonna be frank, like, it's all bullshit. What it is racism, right? It gets blown up into, oh, they're going after Caitlyn Clark, but no, we're just playing one of the best players that's in this league the way that any other best player, franchise player is gonna get played.
Mm-hmm.
Watch how Stewie gets played, watch how Asia gets played, watch how Enrique gets played, watch how Khalid gets played. Go down the list of franchise players for every team. They be getting fucked up every game. It don't matter what position you are, what color you are, what school you came out of. This is how we feed our families. Our job is to go and win, and if we don't win, what happens? We get fired, we lose our jobs. So
The basketball world went into a complete breakdown in the hours following the release of the Start Bench Cut video, in which Hailey cut Caitlyn Clark while presenting roses to Diana Taurasi and Sabrina Ionescu. Fans were taken aback. The analysts were perplexed. Supporters of Caitlyn Clark were incensed because this was disrespectful and not just about her rating.
So many players who cite you as an inspiration for their games, including Caitlyn Clark, who's just absolutely a phenomenon in college. What's that next step like for her?
You know, next steps, gosh, in this generation, right? You have, I think, just so many more challenges of how to handle yourself as an adult, right? You go through that whirlwind of being a senior in college, transitioning into the W. And then the next step is how to become just an even better leader. And so much of leadership, I think, is listening and learning. And hopefully the more she can get connected to vets in the league and just different people and coaches and anyone that she can glean wisdom from of how to just continue to learn how to be as a connected and inspiring leader as she can be. And a lot of that is walking the walk and not just talking the talk. So she's already on her way, but, continuing to have fun, continuing to anticipate how people are going to try to stop her and being prepared as she can be for next season.
Given that Hailey's first WNBA game will be against the Indiana Fever, it's possible that God has placed her on a collision path with Caitlyn Clark. She publicly cut the same player who has previously scored 40-point bombs on her squad's the same player, who now has the ideal excuse to act personally. We are all aware of the consequences that arise when Caitlyn Clark takes anything personally. She becomes a one-woman wrecking crew. She wants the target on her back and thrives on disdain and smoke. And that target is now blazing crimson because of Hailey Van Lith. Without holding back, one analyst predicted that Caitlyn might break the Geneva Convention on May 16th. Some forecast quadruple double career highs, and Caitlyn even crossed Hailey at half court before taking a stride back three to make a statement. Remember that Caitlyn had motivation before, and now she is fuel. Additionally, Hailey is into a nightmare. Under a media spotlight, a rookie getting used to the pace reunited with a teammate she had previously left behind. Microscope, and now she is being pursued by the leading figure in women's basketball. Because of this moment is more significant than a news conference or a game with a start bench cut. It concerns how easily things may get out of control when you attempt to be tough with someone who is prepared for combat. Hailey desired to demonstrate her belonging. She may have taken on more than she can handle by going for Caitlyn Clark, but she wanted to demonstrate that she is not frightened. Furthermore, let's face it, no amount of media instruction when the first whistle sounds or post-draft interviews will come in handy because Caitlyn Clark won't tweet back. In response, she will use buckets. We are currently awaiting May 16th, the beginning of what may turn out to be the most intense rivalry in women's basketball. And keep in mind the headline if you're still unsure of how serious this is. Caitlyn Clark was the target of Hailey Van Lith on WNBA Draft Night in 2025. Additionally, Caitlyn Clark has already loaded the video, so there it is. Hailey Van Lith didn't simply cross the conscription stage on the most important night of her life. Instead, she entered the war. She went after Caitlyn. Caitlyn Clark has been elbowed, hacked, fouled, and doubted all season long. Now, a fellow rookie who should have known better has flat out cut her. Clark's daring move stunned spectators, reignited old rivalries, and set the stage for one of the season's most anticipated matches. However, Caitlyn differs from everyone else in that she doesn't respond to praise on social media. Subliminals are not something she posts. She responds on the court, So Hailey Van Lith had better be prepared for the world's attention on May 16th. Due to the fact that Caitlyn Clark never forgets and never overlooks it, if you think Caitlyn has what it takes, you should ride with her amazing, then immediately leave a 100% CC in the comments section and inform everyone of your position. This competition is only getting started, and I promise you that it will be intense. Hit the like button. If you want to watch the actual WNBA drama, subscribe. Dismantled without the fluff. Caitlyn Clark isn't your typical novice. She is the most talked about athlete in the league, the highest scoring player in NCAA history, and the top seller of tickets at WNBA arenas. She has flooded the league with new fans and sponsors primetime TV spots. Additionally, Hailey Van Lith, who had to repair her reputation following a poor year in college, had the audacity to declare that she had cut her that requires courage or ignorance. And if you pay attention to what Hailey herself said during the post-draft press conference, you begin to comprehend the society she lives in. She spoke extensively about mental health, personal development, and collaborating with Reese, a psychotherapist, to manage her inner life. To celebrate, she even took her therapist to the draft. That demonstrates maturity, but it also highlights the amount of strain Hailey is under, since she knows something in her heart that the media hasn't publicly stated. Clark Caitlyn is the bartender. She will be compared to every rookie, and Hailey put herself squarely in Clark's crosshairs. In her own words, Hailey stated that she is not seeking retribution and that moving from LSU to TCU throughout her undergraduate career wasn't about avoiding issues. Rather, she accepted the suffering and gained knowledge from it. She also spoke about resiliency and how she thinks God will place her in favorable circumstances to motivate others. But here's the thing.